Boom, 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 boom. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. It's Big J back on it. Mic check, mic check. Welcome to the show. It's Lunchtime Live, episode 222, bro. How crazy is that? 222 Lunchtime Lives. We're almost a quarter of a way to 1,000. We're going to hit 300 before we know it. I'm excited as hell for it. I hope you guys are well. W to the people watching, man. Welcome. It's Monday. It's a beautiful Monday. It's a Monday where I feel absolutely fantastic. Now, I need you guys to keep your fingers crossed tightly for me because there is a chance that I got to go do jury duty tomorrow. I hope not. I pray to God not. Two reasons. I don't want to do it. And it's at like 7:45 in the morning, bro. You boys going to be sleeping. So pray that I don't have to do it. Hopefully I don't have to, man. I really don't want to, but we'll see. I got to fill out the form at 5 o'clock today. Okay. And we'll see what comes to fruition, but I'm praying. No, please, no, please, no. Cause I really don't want to, man. I'm not sure. I'm trying to fucking stream, bro. I got to go do jury duty, sit there. Guilty, not guilty. Like, what the hell, bro? What if some crazy ass case comes up, and I'm caught up in this fucking high profile case? I don't want to be, so I hope I don't get chosen. But W to the people watching, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Lunchtime. You guys know the drill up in here. Hey, do you think Macy Barber took a dive? Her hands were really low. No, I don't think she invited the punch. I think she just fights over aggressive and there's a bit of, an inflated confidence in her striking because of recent performances, but no respect on Grasso. You're watching Full Card Picks right now. WOG Herb. Enjoy those Full Card Picks. Barbara overrated and a drama queen. I agree with that. Big AJ, I'm done. Excavators with chains you on. I don't even know what you're talking about, but W, life's good. I'm happy to hear that, man. Happy to hear it. Hey, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Chris Duncan locked. I think Chris Duncan's locked in. I feel like he wins. Dude. Dude, I hate jury duty. Did back in 2021. I was in court for like 8 hours and didn't do much besides answering a few questions. That's what I've heard is a lot of waiting. Other defense that you will make him guilty until the prosecution, you will let him go. Can you imagine? Yo, looking at tape, Cohen looks very live. She's definitely got a chance. It's just, would I be interested in betting her? Not really. It's a coin flip fight. I don't know. Cohen's 34. Pereira's 20. She might actually have some real potential. She's coming in as a prospect. Haley Cohen, pretty mid. But I get the Cohen side, but I don't know. I'd rather go for the, Pereira side to bring some fucking heat, to be aggressive and try to make it dirty, Just yell everyone is guilty when you get into the courtroom. I'm sure that'll get me sent out quickly. You're right. Duncan by sub. Dude, I feel like he's live for the club and sub. You just want it to be 327 fight week already? Well, we have to get through one more Shiesty Apex card, and then we're back on business. Who you got in the main event? So I know to fade. Joking, bro. We're on a bad streak. Hey, I'm going Chris Duncan. So if you're on the other side, I mean, shit. Run it with Moicano then. The question I have for you, Herb, though, is a bet on Cohen, or are you just looking at a pick? I'm doing good, Doug Funny. I'm feeling real good. It's a beautiful day. I'm happy to be here Monday. Little lunchtime shoot, hanging out, having a chill stream, If you're feeling her as a dog, I wish you luck, bro. It's not an impossible outcome. I don't think Elise Pereira looked great in her debut. I feel like Cohen could end up just selling a fucking decision, 29-28. That's kind of what I'm seeing. My cycle parlay hit. Chiesa sub, Sterling KO, Fortune decision. Fernando, congratulations, you Mystic Mac. Hey, what's up, Gunnar Simmons? What's going on? That's the issue with Moicano. You just said he can afford to lose now. Dude was literally talking about how he doesn't want to take a fight because his YouTube algorithm is too good, bro. How am I supposed to pick him against a Chris Duncan that has nothing but fighting, training at ATT like a madman? Chris Duncan should clear. Chris Duncan should win, dude. I'm not going to go 1-9 on the first 10 main events of the year. You know that too. The odds are I hit this main event. Like at -192, I feel like he's a live potential parlay piece. Speaking of women's MMA, What the fuck did I just say? Speaking of women's MMA, you think Bia Mosquito will rise fast in the division? Next fight you like to see? She should rise fast because the division sucks. I think her versus Misha Tate. Doug Funny. Yeah, I think she should be matched up with Misha. Get her like a good legendary win. Easy money. Pat and Estevan money line is plus 318 with Cohen Elise. It jumps to plus 700. Dude, Guillermo Pat being even money is crazy to me. I don't understand what people are seeing in Peterson. Peterson's wrestling is not that fucking good. He beat absolute can in Dontel Mays. And he also took out Muhammad Usman, who is very mediocre. Like Guillermo Pat seems like a legit ass kickboxer. Almost reminds me a bit of RoboCop in range with his pressure. I like his striking a lot. Duncan is super durable. And I think Moicano needs a sub. Dude, the only fight I want to see for Adesanya at this point is Shara Bullet. Your break that made me hurry up and bet on Pat. I think it's a good idea. I don't understand the other side at all. I'm like, I have this athletic freak of a fucking heavyweight at minus 115. Good fade on Ewan looks free. I know it looks free, but here's the issue, though. The cardio has been in question for the side of Estevam. Another thing with Estevam, I know a lot of people are excited with the, Estevam grappling chance. And I see why. I almost decided to go that route, but I said, no, hold on. Estevam uses his weight advantage, bro. He's a weight bully. How's he going to match up with a legit ass fucking bantamweight that has good striking, can wrestle pretty well? I know that Ewing is kind of unknown right now, but if you ask me who takes it further at bantamweight, I feel like Ewing has some potential. Yes, Saturday was a betting nightmare. It was a great card, though. I don't rate the cards based upon the betting, Obviously, I'm more excited with the fucking winnings. Like, hell yeah. But as a fan, bro, I just look at it objectively. Guillermo unproven. I'm leaning Thomas Peterson. I'm going to believe in Guillermo. Come on, bro. Come on. Peter Griffin Peterson. He's been knocked out in 2 of his last 3 fights. That's the thing with Ewing. He's such a dog. How long am I going to be live for? At least an hour and a half. He's such a dog, bro. Like, I'm just wondering, does he get grapple fucked? Does he get grapple fucked? Possible he could get taken down. He could get taken down. He's been taken down. Billy Brand got him down a couple of times, and he flattened him with 1 shot. So Estevam probably gets him down at some point. I just don't know if Estevam's reliable for distance. You feel like they're both cans, but Peterson probably finds a dumb way to lose. I feel like the striking of Guillermo is a big edge. I feel like his striking has promise, man. I don't know how far he's going to take it, but at 6'5", 6'6", seems to be pretty fast. I like his skill set. Hey, let's go back on track, Rain G. Hell yeah. So many finishes, only 4 decisions. Not a bad card. It was a great card. It was a great value entertainment card, not necessarily value betting card. Peterson's cardio is actually not bad. Peterson's decision-making, not great. Moicano, Moneyline, dog lock of the week. Okay. Good luck on Money Moicano. I don't know, Braden K. I'm assuming Chris Duncan and Moicano are in the game, but I don't know if anybody else. I mean, I get the Moicano pick, but I feel like you're better off just betting him to finish, maybe even submission. I don't know. I don't think he wants it as bad as Chris Duncan, dude. When going gets tough, which it will in the fight against a brawler like Chris Duncan, I could see Moicano getting finished. Chris Duncan is about this life in his fucking prime, dude. I mean, looking back at it, Lance Gibson made sense, dude. Tafik Musayev cheated. First and foremost, please don't talk about that. One was bullshit. Pyfer and Grasso were live all week, really. But no, Tafik Musayev, though, that one, fuck all that, bro. That pick just, that pisses me off. I don't even want to talk anymore about it. I'm gonna crash out. He cheated, bro. He's such a fucking dirty fighter, man. Really pissed me off. They're looking at the poster of Izzy on my wall holding back tears. Maybe it's time to rip it down, bro. You can replace it with a picture of Joe Pyfer coming in and just fucking beating his ass. Jesus. Every day, Jay. You know what it is, Mr. KO. It is every day, Jay. Bonfim and Bilal is a cool fight. Stylistically, I actually think it's a great matchup for both guys. Strike speed, Bonfim. Wrestling, Bilal. Grappling, Bonfim. Definitely makes for an interesting matchup. Bilal's gritty, man. And I think Bilal still got it. So the official pick for that, I don't know yet. Early lean, I was thinking Bonefin, but I really don't fucking know. Okoyev, Yakiev, and Tommy auto win inside 2 rounds, parlays, free money. It's actually a smart strat. Big J, I said in Discord Izzy was done before Pyfer. I'm sorry, Braden. You were right. I'm very sad. Izzy's done with. He fought like an idiot. Friendly reminder, AJ picked Vinicius. Yep, I know. I don't know, dude. Sometimes I have a bad peaks, and it happens, bro. And it happens. It's part of this game. Sometimes I miss, and sometimes I hit. Dude, but I always hit underdogs on the card. Like, every card, I hit a couple underdogs. Like, people act like I fucking have these, like, god-awful calls. Like, yes, sometimes the Savage Dog Lock is a little bit of a fucking reach, man. But if you look at last week's card, Casey O'Neill was a dog most of the week. Hit her. Adrian Yanez should have been a win, but obviously a draw, right? Yusri Belgori pick flip. W. Still underdogs that hit. Even if I didn't call all of them. Still some of them. You know? Nathaniel Wood. Bingo bongo, dude. Easy fucking money, Nathaniel Wood. That was the week before. It was actually a great call. Looking back at it now. Nathaniel Wood should have been the lock. It's easy to tell. Hindsight 2020, bro. Look at the hindsight 2020 type shit. Asplund barely loses. I thought he had that. Eric Anders was a dog all week. Had him. He's at least a dog a card, bro. Every single card. Dober underdog. Bingo. Cody Garbrandt underdog. Weird ass fight, but still. Cody Garbrandt underdog. Dude, like every card I hit multiple dogs. At least one. But like there's dogs that hit. It's just fuck's sake, bro. They're not the one that I savage dog lock. The Julian Arosa pick, I thought you were trolling. Let's say I was trolling, huh? I think I mentally trolled myself into believing that. Now I'm really scared, though, for Melky because I'm like, shit. The hands of Arnold Allen are a lot better than Julian Arosa's ever were. This will be a cult classic year when AJ did horribly, but it's for the vibes. Shit, Embo. Well, I hope not. I think it's just quarter one, things go weird. I actually think that this year's main events have been more difficult to pick than last year's. AJ stay getting robbed is what it is, dude. You gotta take it on the chin and bounce back. I missed your comment. Let me look for it, dude. There's a lot of comments going off in here, man, so I'm gonna miss some. Just re-say it. You stay at the Fighter Hotel, best night of your life. You got to meet and take pics with Pereira, Teixeira, Yusri, Diego Lopez, Grasso, Bruno Brazil, Moreno, Yeso Usman, Yanez, Lahian Douglas, Cutman Tate, Dom Cruz, Nico Price, and Bruno Lopez. That's fucking crazy, bro. You really met everybody over there. Fanboyed out heavy. Congratulations. People remember the losses more than the wins, especially the haters. That's fine. It doesn't really bother me, dude. Like, I genuinely enjoy seeing all the interaction. Like, the negative comments, I don't know if you guys saw, I reply to some of them. I have a good time with this. Whether I'm right or wrong, it is what it is. I always fucking back my takes with confidence. I don't give up. Peterson and Moicano, 2 best dogs on the card? I don't think so. And first thing, Peterson's a favorite, slightly, but I think Joe touches the belt. I don't. No, I don't think Joe Pyfer is a future champion. I think Joe Pyfer is pretty good. I think Joe Pyfer has relatively good skills overall, but I also think Israel Adesanya didn't have much will to win. You know, the way that he fought in round number 2 after finding great success was really stupid. I don't quite understand why he would choose to game plan in that manner. After having great success following the game plan, which I said is the game plan that will win him the fight. Like, if you actually have a look from an objective viewpoint. And don't go in with the bias of AJ, you got the pick wrong. I just want to hear your breakdown. Exactly the pathway to victory for Israel Adesanya was working up until he decided to go against the game plan. It didn't make any fucking sense. He is having great success fighting technically on the outside and landing great shots. He was destroying the lead leg of Pyfer. He was cracking Pyfer with big head strikes. If Adesanya just keeps doing that, he probably stops Pyfer in the third or fourth round. But instead, he wants to brawl. I don't understand. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to slug. And then he gets beat. Doesn't make any sense to me, bro. I think Joe Pyfer versus Duplessis would be pretty sick. Joe Pyfer's on the fast track. They want him for the title. They want him versus Hamzat. So I don't know who they're going to give him. Could be Bahayo, Joe Pyfer. Could be Duplessis in like a mega fight. I don't think they do a Mavov, but maybe him versus a Mavov, and they want him to wrestle, dog. Trust me when I tell you, Joe Pyfer is absolutely the UFC's golden ticket attempt. They desperately want Joe Pyfer fighting for a belt. Hey, respect on the Grasso call, KZ. Dude, don't be discouraged because you lost, bro, this past weekend on some bets. Just fucking dust yourself off and get back to work, man. You know, don't obsess about the numbers. There's going to be shit weeks, bro. If you do this shit for years, there's going to be slumps. There's going to be highs. There's going to be low. It's just how it goes, dude. And to be fair, 2026, the start has been rather strange. But this is card number 1 of quarter number 2. And I believe things will begin to normalize here. After meeting a lot of fighters, a lot of these guys lie about their height. Yeah, I've heard about that too. Absolutely. Finch was saying when he met Randy Couture, they were like the same height. Yeah, I'm not surprised they lie about their height. What's up, Beans Vote? Only up from here. I locked Campbell, lost a few hundred, then locked Mr. Belt to ass this week and ran it back up. W, Braden K. Izzy's big as fuck in person. I'd imagine he looks every bit of 6'4". It's just so smart to do these daily lives and to engage with us so much because it's really what helps your channel grow. Thanks, bro. What it does is it builds the tight-knit bond between the community and myself because I'm not like this unreachable content creator, you know? You can ask me questions every day of the week and we can talk. I go live every day besides Sunday. Not even that I don't want to go live Sunday, but I don't want to sacrifice like extra tape and instead go live, you know? But I am trying to just fucking chill, trying to not overthink the picks too much, you know? I'm trying to fucking, like, because, dude, I will tell you, like, I always giggle when I see comments say, oh, this guy doesn't tape. He just randomly picks. I'm like, dog, I know too much, okay? Like, and this is what leads me to see pathways for both sides because years of studying this shit. Like, how many times have I studied X fighter that's on the card that has multiple UFC fights? It gets, like, stupid to a point that it's like you have too much to go on what they do good and what they do bad is also there. But on the other side, you see the same thing. The next thing you know it, you're getting caught up in the wow, bro. Both guys have this pathway, and then boom, you're caught up in a fucking delusion. This is why I picked Duncan. I found myself panicking a little bit. I was going Duncan, and then I found myself overthinking. I'm like, well, Moicano could potentially get the body lock, drag him down. It could be in rounds 1 to 3. Potentially Duncan gasses after round number 2 in a very high-paced pressure fight. Moicano stays in it and ends up getting a late sub. I said no. You have dangerous hands, dangerous elbows, good leg kicks, good defensive grappling, good physical strength, and you have fire on the rise on the side of Duncan versus you have Moicano who's already made it. Main event curse Moicano, so Duncan wins, AJ. That's the thing, bro. You know? I think Duncan clears, man. Because, bro, the voices have got into my fucking head. The voices sometimes get in my head. And next thing you know it, you find yourself flipping against what you felt. Before tape, I was like, oh, I'm going to go Pyfer. And then I do tape, and I say, I'm going Adesanya. And I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. So I'm trying to just feel it in my soul. AJ, be honest. I know you love MMA. Does it ever feel like a job for you doing this at times? Like, can it be tedious if you're not in the mood to take study or go live? Very rarely, dude. I find myself rather motivated to do this every day, and my discipline carries. Any job, you're not gonna always be like, hell yeah, let's go. But I don't know. I was pretty excited to go live today. I was pretty excited to do the video last night. I'll be honest, dude. I want to do my 327 study now. Like, I might start the fucking notes today for 327 because I want to get that video out early because it's Easter on Sunday. So yeah, dude. I feel like I don't know. I feel like hyper motivated. I actually look for more content. I try to follow like, MMA news and all. If I find something newsworthy, the thing is, I don't really do overly gimmick news. I really enjoy news reactions of fight announcements and things in the space, but I try not to be too much of a drama based channel. Arman Sarukian's the backup fighter for the White House card. That's good to know. Iwo Baranushki fighting Billy Elikana. Obviously, these are not like video worthy takes or anything of that magnitude. It's still pretty interesting. Yo, April 8th in Brazil, Arman Sarukian is doing a grappling match versus Dylan Dennis. Let's see how good Dylan Dennis's grappling really is, bro. That's sensational. Hey, thank you, Doug. Living the dream. I'm blessed, bro. Where is Trendo J Ben? I have not seen him. You think doing tape is useless? I have time for that. I think it's good. I think it's good to remind yourself. It's good to know things. It's good to pick on patterns, but sometimes, um, you know, sometimes you find yourself paralysis by analysis. I like the way you do the news reactions. I hate the clickbait and negative shit other channels do for clicks. As soon as I see them doing that, I don't watch them anymore. Hey, well, W, Doug. I keep it classy, bro. This is the channel where you go for the coverage of the game. No bullshit fluff. Yeah, Tofik is a cheater, but they definitely won't cut him. They just give him $100,000 for that cheating. Ewo Billy prediction. You got to favor Ewo. Seeing Billy get rocked by Tafa, I feel like Ewo's power and grappling skills, he should pull out. He should pull it out. He's definitely busy, Jay. He's always here. Hey, well, W to Brendo. A lot of trolls pissing you off lately. You're doing research and let's see how good you do. Document before, no post bullshit. At the end of the day, dude, you got to understand, my boy. I appreciate you having my back, of course. Don't let the trolls get to you. All right? Don't let the trolls get to you. You have to understand. There are people that are going to decide, I want this guy to lose, and I will celebrate his downfalls to feel better about whatever, whether it's life's shortcomings, or they're just, a little bit more cynical. This is normal. And, I have some members of the community that watch that want to see me lose. And that's okay because they're still fucking watching. They're going to watch every week. So it's not a bad thing. Obviously, I love my savages that got my back and tune in, but don't let the delusional trolls get to you, bro. Like, come on. A lot of them probably are not actually even betting on the fights. And it's just more of an ego flex. It's very easy to lie online. One thing if you had a channel and you're backing it with evidence. It's attention seeking behavior. This guy's trying to do that. Come on. If AJ didn't do tape study, people wouldn't take him serious. Just going from blind picks and vague memories of fights and fighters. Right. You can't have that. I have to know what I'm talking about. This card is hard to call like last week. That's what it's all about, KZ. That's good, bro. Just make your picks, KZ. Don't worry about your record, bro. I know you're doing well to start the year off and you want to stay doing well, but what got you doing well was not doing well. What got you doing well is just fucking making picks and having a good time and taking a stance. What got you doing well was not doing well, I don't want to see AJ lose money unless I have money against his picks. Even then, it's more me wanting to win than AJ to lose. Hey, well, that's savage, KZ. That's real shit. Same to me on everybody else's front. Growing up watching WWE, you didn't study how Cena and Rey Mysterio fought. LOL, you picked. That's funny as fuck. Paralysis by analysis is real. You still need to put the S in front of experts. Experts AJ, the motherfucking Mac. That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. What is it? I'm riding high in April, shot down in May. Hey, it's all good, bro. I'm riding high this April. Let me tell you. This is card number 1 of quarter number 2. I'm ready. Dude, I'm getting that main event number up, dude. I can't wait. I crashed out on you during the live stream for the Bob Monday fight. Sorry. Hey, you're good, Hugo Berry. To be honest, I didn't even see it. I was crashing out myself. You don't do any tape study, zero, and you get as many fights correct as dudes do. Honestly, Braden, you got a good strategy. It's working for you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You got good picks. Tofik really cheated heavy, bro. But hey, they gave him $100,000. I don't think the UFC gave a shit. They said, yeah. Essentially, it was just pushed under the rug that he was dirty. I struggle to understand that. Right? Like it was totally pushed under the rug. Too many people follow others' perceptions rather than trusting their knowledge and gut. For example, I didn't bet Pyfer, but knew he was due to beat Izzy. Smart man, Braden. Pat, Estevam, Duncan, and Richie plus 1,093. 150 wins 1789. My early play. You're a savage, bro. I wish you luck. Dude, I'm picking Jandaroba, but I'm overthinking it. I might flip. I don't know. That is like my potential pick flip of the week. Cause like I'm like, but Richie's fucking young. And then I'm like, but Jandaroba gets it down. But Jandaroba loses. Good grapplers. Bruce buffered in, but Tyrell fortune came through for me. Yeah, let's go, Finch, man. I thought they were robbing him. Man. I was like, holy shit, he's getting robbed. I know. Verna didn't look great against Dern, and I thought she was going to win as well. That's why I was like, fuck. Is it just because Dern is so fucking reactive and kind of just has her number? And then I'm like, with Tabitha Ritchie, she's kind of like a mini version of Mackenzie Dern. I'm like, should the size edge lean to Jandaroba? And somehow Jandaroba's an underdog. I thought she'd be the favorite. I was rather surprised to see she was any bit plus money. Ritchie does seem to have the it factor, true. Tafik Musayev is a scumbag. Paul Mundes lost me hundreds. I got to say, although it's fuck Tafik to the day I die, why the fuck did Paul Mundes pull a gilly? It was a fumble of the mentality. Bajo Mundes likes to fight from bottom, dude. The reason I was so excited to pick the side of Duncan is because he's built upon get-up game. And Bajo Mundes is like the contrary to that. Bajo Mundes actually likes to use the bottom game jiu-jitsu. Dude, Tafik cheated so hard, Finch. Tafik cheated, bro. Cage grab, headbutt. I know it's your boy, but bro, he was dirty. Nasty cage grab, nasty headbutt. Any modern referee should be timing the fight out at least and giving a separation. Adrian, my advice to you, vis-a-vis your main event picks is if you have a strong gut feeling going, always go with that. If not, see what you come to after extensive analysis, mulling it over. Smart take, Daryl. I like it. I like it. I'm mainly mad because of the parlay. Yeah, it's fair, KZ. Parlay went down. The cage grab directly led to the cuts on our boy. Then he headbutted. I know, dude. There should have been a break. Blame the ref, not my boy. Of course, man. The ref is incompetent. The cage grab is instinctual, but the head clash was very dirty. AJ saying smart take, but Loki is thinking, motherfucker, I'm an OG. I give the advice. That's funny, Jake Garcia. When we unlock a new character for MMA experts, we have Jersey Girl, your brother Finch, need more. I don't know who else, bro. You're on a cold streak with main event, so I'm glad you're on Duncan. But isn't it I'm due for a win? Like, aren't you worried on Moicano that I'm probably going to end up getting this one? I think that Guru is 100% right that Macy played it up, dude. I feel like she's very drama queen focused. She's getting those fucking views and clicks, bro, you know? He likes getting those clicks, man. Right? I thought she was faking too. Like, she played it up nicely. Dude, she was awake and then she went out. I'm like, huh. Then she just zombified. She likes to make the moment about her. Yeah. She pulled a Bellato. Thoughts on what Joe told DC after the fight? I mean, I heard that it was because he cheated on his girlfriend. That's why he threatened to kill himself. Which, like, that's toxic. No, I have not been to Italy yet, but I do plan on visiting. I want to go. I need to go at some point. She honestly, you're right. She did do it worse than Bellato. I'm ragging you because you're kind of a bit of a know-it-all. Truth be told, we all are. I'm a know-it-all. I mean, dude, I'm literally running a YouTube channel to tell you what I think about every single fight, every single week, and MMA as a whole. I mean, of course, I'd seem like a know-it-all because it's my opinion. A Redditor exposed Pyfer for cheating with proof. Holy shit. And then it's like, oh, he pulls the "I'm gonna kill myself" card. And Jesus. Would you say is Joe Pyfer manipulating his girlfriend? Putting on the big stage, "I'm gonna marry you." What the hell? That's crazy. Yeah, he gaslighted her to a whole new level. Like, I don't know, man. Joe Pyfer, he's toxic, bro. Is that a personality disorder that he has? Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna have ChatGPT analyze this and see. Let's see if the AI very intense, unstable behaviors in a short time span. Cheating, suicidal threats, sudden religious shift, and a big emotional public declaration. That could look chaotic or contradictory, but psychology doesn't diagnose based on a few events or headlines. Personality disorders are long term, consistent patterns. What could be going on is an acute emotional crisis, identity instability, fight camp plus spotlight pressure, finding God after a low point. Oh, it's saying instability, but I think it's on the borderline of something's off. I would definitely be scared to have a pet snake. Yeah. I prefer dogs, dude. I'm not a big reptile guy. As a kid, I really enjoyed reptiles. Yeah, big emotional crisis. When can we get Markel Medeiros on again? I have no idea. He's got a fight coming up against Taco Padilla, and I'm wearing a Taco Padilla shirt right now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, Casey. The Pyfer past couple weeks have been insane. Padilla's fighting Markel Medeiros. Humble Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer is getting the push from the UFC, though. Trust. Yeah, Mark Hell versus Taco is the experts 1v1. Good luck to them both. The best man win. Both good dudes. Both good dudes. Can you imagine I hosted a sit down between the two of them? The thing is, they're not going to get after each other with big shit talk. It's going to be a very respectable take. Would I be scared to have a pet snake or tarantula? Um, yeah, I mean, I'd be terrified to have either. I wouldn't do that. Dude, a face to face would be fucking hilarious, bro. Me right in the center. A face to face would be special. Pyfer probably has narcissistic personality disorder. Actually, rather unsurprising, seeing how he describes a very abusive father in the household. Taco Markel is a good fan favorite fight. Big J, camera in the middle, Taco on the left, Marco on the right. It'd be a hell of a fucking vibe. Baranuski Elikana is booked. Yeah, I saw that. I think Baranuski probably clears Elikana. Because Elikana, I don't think is going to have the option to grapple. Baranuski, supposedly very good grappler. We've yet to see it. But I do think his judo should keep him on his feet. Yeah, I don't know if I can make that happen. Maybe. We see another retirement if Burns loses? I would assume so. I feel like Burns is definitely on the cusp of retiring. I feel like it'd be a good decision, actually, for him to call it. It seems like that final phase of his fighting career. No, I'm good on the Tofik interview, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Penguins put out a video about Dana more than 100K views in 30 minutes. That's crazy. That's just going to hit 1 million. No, I think Ulberg fights too pretty to beat a guy like Yuri. Because Yuri's going to keep coming after him the whole time. Masvidal versus McGregor? Nah, I don't think so. I'm hearing that it's not happening. I mean, obviously, I could be proven wrong, but I just don't see that fight next. You don't think Burns retires in Canada? Probably waits for a Brazil card. I could see him retiring in Canada. I could see him sending it off in Canada. Pat Ewing, Richie, Moicano, Duncan not going distance. Fair take. I'm really excited to see Duncan in his first main event. I feel like Yuri gets a finish. I feel like Ulberg's going to be pushed to a different level by Yuri Prohashka. I think like early Ulberg sharp, but Prohashka could lose the first 3 rounds and then come on really strong in round 4. And I guess I just don't have faith in Ulberg staying elusive for all rounds. Is Yuri the favorite or the underdog? I haven't even looked. I saw the lines were close. Yuri's minus 135. I think he's a very live minus 135 pick. A lot of close money card. Wow. Aaron Pico's a 3-1 favorite over Pitbull. That's fucking wild to me. Nate Landwehr is a minus 140 favorite over Cub Swanson. What the fuck? That's crazy. Wow. I'm excited to see Rat Garbage, man. Macy, the biggest UFC drama queen of all time? No, I think that goes to Ronda. But, he's definitely in the top. Landwehr's the favorite, dude. I'm actually really surprised. I think Cub Swanson is going to absolutely beat his ass. I don't understand. How the fuck is he the favorite? What? Cub Swanson's a great underdog. I don't care if he's 50. Nate Landwehr is very beatable at this point. Dominic Reyes, a slight favorite against Johnny Walker. That's a close one, dude. Because both guys could get knocked out. Kevin Holland, a slight underdog with Brown. Gastelum, a 2-1 favorite against Luque. I'm surprised Pitbull's plus 250. I don't know if they have the odds out for that. I haven't seen. Taco and Markel odds, I have not seen. You taking Walker? I don't think it's a bad idea. Walker could explode and land big shots. I mean, Dom Reyes' chin just worries me a lot. I mean, Johnny Walker's chin is worrisome for the most part too, but I don't know. Who gets hit cleaner? They underrate Cub Swanson constantly. AJ the Tree made Juicy J your lock. I mean, dude, it was a savage underdog lock, which essentially just means an underdog that I'm gonna fucking touch. It's like, it gets taken as somehow that's my most confident pick on the card when I literally do a section called most confident picks. Brenda, we were talking about you. I was saying, where the hell has he been? Good to see you, my boy. The Zhang win is impressive, dude. Yeah. Walker looked really good in that fight. Moicano's best win, Benoit Saint-Denis. Definitely. That's aged incredible. But I don't think he's the same anymore. I think Moicano's on the downward slope. Hey, well, I'm glad to see you this week, though, Brenda. I'm glad you're busy, though. You're getting shit done. Work, wrestling. You're doing a great job. I know. Gray Shirt is a mod, but doesn't watch vids. How rude, bro. Come on, Gray Shirt. He likes the streams, though. He does tune into a lot of streams. I can look at what the Cub Swanson recent odds were for his fights. Want me to check that out, Doug? I'll look for you right now. Doug's asking me what were the Cub Swanson lines of some recent fights. So, Cub Swanson, recently, his most recent fight was against Billy Q. He was an underdog. Fight before that, he was an underdog against Andre Fili. Honestly, I thought he won. Big underdog against Hakeem Dawodu. He won. Big underdog against Jonathan Martinez. He lost. Favorite against Darren Elkins. He won. Underdog against Giga. He lost. Underdog against Pineda. He won. Underdog against Kron Gracie. He won. Favorite against Shane Burgos. He lost. Underdog against Moicano. Lost. Then like Frankie Edgar was a dog. Ortega was a slight dog. He lost those. Hey, W Gray Shirt. I know you tune in, Gray Shirt. You're an OG of the community. Big J in the building. What's up, Swerve? Yo, AJ, catch you on break. Been seeing you get guff for picking a Rosa, and I just want to say a lot of us had faith in him, but it is what it is. Better that happens to him than us. You're right. He got sent to the shadow realm, dude. I knew it was over when he got dropped by the jab. I'm like, okay, he's done. Like, I'm like, they can stop the fight now. I think Duncan's bottom game is actually really good. Go watch the fight with him and Rabeshki. He does a fucking excellent job of creating space from bottom. And then as he looks to get up, he really shoves the head down nicely, which is just perfect technique. And he fights hands really well. AJ, after last Saturday, is Izzy in those discussions with Michael Chandler for worst fight IQ in the game? It's weird because at one point I would have considered Adesanya to have one of the best fight IQs in the game. And now it is definitely terrible. I mean, the way that he fought against Joe Pyfer in round 2 early and then the end was complete delusion. I don't see what the fuck happened. I mean, he was doing a great job. He was doing a great job. He was looking sharp. Then he decided to brawl. I don't understand, dude. Adesanya just doesn't have it anymore. Too long of a layoff. It really fucked with his fight IQ, R3. It was terrible decision making. I feel like they got to do Adesanya versus Shara Bullet. If Shara Bullet wins against Michelle Pereira, that is the fight. Yeah, Rosa was terrified. You were right, Braden. Is he just decided to stop moving his feet, just brawl in the pocket? I don't understand what happened. I don't know. timing was terrible, but I feel like early the timing actually looked pretty good. It just fell apart. It was very weird. You got your chest beat in, literally was coughing up bloody phlegm. Holy shit, Brendo. I hope you're all right, dude. That's fucking crazy. Hey, and they say wrestling's fake, man. He once tricked Pereira for making him try and rush and finish and got caught. Then that happened to him. He fell for his own trick. That is kind of wild. Just shows, man. Joe Pyfer had more to offer. He has, the desire to be great, whereas Adesanya's already done it. Apart from Chiesa, Price, and Cub soon, have we had any more retirements you can remember this year so far? No, I can't remember any others. Was there another that I'm not thinking of? Dude, Izzy Belgori would be sensational. Belgori is on the cusp of something big. I feel like Belgori looks to be top 15. I mean, let's say this, dude. Like, let's do it. We have Belgori versus RoboCop. Is it not crazy to think that he could beat RoboCop? Belgori and RoboCop is actually a very interesting fight. I'm intrigued as hell by that. The club fight, that was over 2 years ago now. The Black Eye stream was legendary, dude. It made lifelong subscriber support. It was the Bobby Green and Grant Dawson fight week. Been out of the UFC loop back-to-back weeks with wrestling shows. Well, you know what, bro? At least for 327, you're probably going to be tuned in. Izzy seems like he's going on his Tony Ferguson arc, which is sad, but yeah. I can see BG, the back end of the 2026, of a lot of fighters retired that will miss, feels like a transition year. It is a bit of a transition year. Bro, Belgori is seriously good, man. I rate Mansoor as a legit prospect, and he made Mansoor like an LFA fighter. I really like him. Fuck it, sacrifice Cannonier to Belgori. Let's get him in there. I don't think it's too much. Dude, it's really not. He'll beat Cannonier. Oh my God. Belgori is on the title fucking cusp right now. Belgori's making it happen. What a transition, bro. From a guy who didn't even get a contract on Contender Series to now being considered the guy to watch outside of the top 15 shows how things change fast. And I think it also really, you got to give credit to Glover Teixeira, the fucking team, Powhatan as well. The team over there, they do beautiful work with kickboxers. It's just what they do works, man. What they do works really fucking well. I think Yusri Belgori is definitely a problem. Yusri Belgori is very good. Give him Izzy and cut Izzy after the loss. Then, dude, Izzy goes to boxing. Izzy versus Jake Paul is probably going to happen, isn't it? Izzy's going to get knocked out by Jake Paul. That's how it all ends. I mean, yeah, sure. Chimaev probably does take him down. But can you imagine a world where Chimaev can't get Belgori down and he just gets cooked on the feet? Somehow Belgori's the dark horse. I picked him against Mansoor, but I thought it'd be close. And Mansoor was steal around from grappling, but he looked out of his depth from the very start. Dude, he couldn't even like do anything. It was just him getting cooked. He really got shut down. And yeah, I don't think Mansoor is a bad prospect. It's just Yusri Belgori is a very, very legit talent. And I think Belgori is at the age where, he's 33. So it may as well be time to run it up against higher level guys. Like, I think him versus Jared Cannonier is a very fitting fight, and I feel like Belgori wins. Cannonier has to try and wrestle him. I think it's time to just give Belgori the push. Like, let's not waste time. 2-0 in the UFC, beating two good grapplers. Let's see how he does against a fucking good striker in Cannonier. Hey, Brendel, I'm excited for you to do a comeback live stream, though. Even if you're taking a little YouTube MMA video break, man. You got things going on, bro. You're chasing your passion. That's what it's all about, They might take it slow with him and sacrifice Delidze to him. That could work. Can you imagine Delidze out grapples him, wins the decision? I'll be pissed. I honestly think if you told me Belgori is fighting CLD, I'm picking Belgori. I think Belgori can beat Christian Leroy Duncan. So, like, I feel like he's ready for the upper echelon right now. Like, why waste time? Him versus Shara or Kopylov is cool, but I don't think they even want to risk fucking Shara against him. And I think he beats Kopylov. What the fuck? How did Yusri Belgori just get that good that fast? Like, his improvement from the first time I saw him and now is insane. He definitely works like a fucking mad horse in the gym. And, you know, being Alex Pereira's main sparring partner, I'm sure you get very fucking good from that. Promotion's very busy this time of year, but I'm also working a full-time job. Very little time for YouTube videos. Listen, bro, you're making shit happen that you're passionate about. That's what it's all about, dude. I'm just glad to see you in the chat, my boy. Of course, I'm on the BTA train. I have to be. Belgori. All right, Belgori. Belgori. Dude, I'm fucking American, bro. It's Belgori for us. Belgori CLD is a banger. I am passionate, Jay. He was slugging with the best of them in glory. UFC striking is a joke compared to that level. Dude, Yusri Belgori right now is ready for top 15. They need to do it. Fuck waiting around. I think maybe we see him in the fall. Belgari. Okay. Wow. Not at all how it's spelled, but all right. Yeah. Pissed I missed the fight night Saturday. Sound like a wild card, Jay? It was, dude. It was actually like a real banger event. I was very impressed. Age, in my review of last weekend's fight, Pyfer won, not necessarily because of what he did good, but what Izzy did wrong. Pyfer was getting outclassed before Izzy messes up. I like him, but he loses the top 5. Agreed. I think you're exactly onto it, man. He was reactive to Adesanya's mistakes, and he capitalized. And ultimately, I do think Pyfer is the industry plant of the division now. The UFC is going to give him an absolute push. So I wouldn't be surprised if he fought Dricus du Plessis. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a top contender fight. I think they really want Pyfer in the title picture. I think they want to do Pyfer versus Hamzat. They might do him versus Imavov, for God's sake. But Imavov can do everything Adesanya does, but better. I don't think Pyfer does well against Imavov. I think Imavov actually knocks him out. I think it would be a bit of a mistake for the UFC if they're really trying to push Pyfer to set up a fight between him and Imavov, because Imavov has the technicality of Adesanya with the youth on his side. I would say better grappling and better boxing. Everything Adesanya does, Imavov does better. All right, that's how you know I'm a real one and a straight shooter. I think one of the only guys Pyfer could beat is my boy Fluffy. The size, well-roundedness, and power might be too much for Fluffy. Swerve, I hate to tell you you're right on that because we love Fluffy, but bro, Pyfer rips the body one time. I swear to God, he's going to go down. I think Luke Riley looked real good, and it's just his opponent's underrated. You know? Pyfer versus DDP is the fight. It is the fight. Can you imagine he fucking chins DDP? They're cloning per style as much as possible. Belgori, it's effective considering he's got a more varied arsenal than Alex. One thing he doesn't have, though, is the same punching power. Doing a Sunday night live with your buddy Chase Militia Culver. Let's look him up. He's a pro fighter out of Michigan. Been killing it so far. I'm hyped as hell about this channel. You're the inspiration. Hey, well, I'm glad to be the inspiration, man. That means a lot, and I wish you nothing but the best of success, bro. This MMA YouTube thing is beautiful. I really enjoy it. Hey, and he's pretty legit. His only losses are Colin Anglin, former UFC fighter, and Gage Young, current UFC fighter. So, pretty solid. Pretty respectable. Pyfer is Fluffy with the same body shots he hit Izzy with in round 2, and I think Fluffy's rib might disintegrate. I think you're right, dude. Fluffy's belly is going to be the target. And if they did do that fight, I don't think it goes well for Fluffy. But I say I don't know. I think the way that I hear them talking about Pyfer on commentary, they are talking about him getting a massive fight. What is this link on X? Looks like we're in store for an incredible summer. Hamzat in May, Ilya June, Connor in July, Islam in August. That is fucking beautiful. Finally, we're back, bro. We're so back. We all felt like the UFC was dying before our eyes, you know? But ultimately, though, we have to pay attention to trends. The first quarter of the UFC is terrible every fucking year. Asia was right with the slow start in UFC schedule all along. We're so back. Call me an OG for a reason, Swerve. I noticed this trend, dude. I'm like, God damn it, these cards suck. I'm like, wait a second. They suck all the time in quarter one. We're thinking because it's Paramount. But let's not forget, there were some mid cards on the pay-per-view era as well for the UFC. We have Supercard this month, or technically next month, but in the coming weeks, Supercard 327, Badass Card 328, Supercard Freedom Fight 250, whatever. It's not perfect, but it's better than what we've had. International Fight Week and then Islam, that's 5 banger events back to back to back to back to back. We have 5 months of amazing UFC events on the cusp, dude. We just had to settle for a rematch nobody wanted, Diego Lopez Volkanovski, an interim title fight, Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje, which was whatever. It was setting up the next sacrificial lamb to Taporia. A BMF title fight, not even a real title fight, a top contender type matchup between legends in Oliveira and Max Holloway. And now we have 2 titles on the line, vacant belt, and then Joshua Van defending against Tyra, sensational 327. Hamzat and Strickland, the best shit talk you were going to see at a press conference in a long time. Unless Connor comes back against somebody talking crazy, but that's going to be amazing. Freedom Fight 250 is just legacies on the line. It's just legendary shit. I don't care. It's not the perfect White House card, but it's still very good. And then Conor McGregor comeback, potentially against I don't know who, but Max Holloway. Holy shit. And then Islam. Holy shit. Fuck Bo Nickel versus Belgori. Nah. I want something bigger and better for Belgori. Dude, Kyle Dawkins might beat Bo Nickel. Also, guys, we're approaching the hour mark of the stream. If you guys are enjoying the show, make sure you guys smash the like button. I want to see the likes get a little boost. Nothing too crazy. Just run them up a bit, you know? It's a Monday stream. I never have insane expectations for likes on a Monday stream. I just am here because I value you guys. Ricky Simone draw. I actually thought Giannis should have got the nod, but close enough in rounds 1, specifically in round 1 to call it. What does PLE stand for, bro? Paid license event? If you mean like pay-per-views, for us over here, we have, stateside, we got Paramount, so we don't even pay for the main cards of the numbered events. But I won't lie to you. Like, I never hated paying the pay-per-view. Premium live event. I thought it was paid live event. Okay. Well, the premium live events for the UFC are looking fantastic over the next 5 months. I'm telling you, bro, I've been fucking saying it, bro. Quarter 1 is just mid. It's not the UFC. It's just quarter 1, bro. It's just quarter 1 is fucking slow. Quarter 1 is slow. You think people are getting ahead of themselves saying Belgori is the new Pereira? I know they're training thing and going fighters for marketing, but it feels a little premature. I don't think he's the next Pereira, but I think he has inspirations from him and he has the frame to be a problem. I think he looks like a top 15 fighter, if you ask me. We value you too, big dog. Hey, thank you, Big J. Thank you, Swerve. Thank you, Swerve J. Next number card is not this weekend, it's next weekend. Might be a wild take, but I'm looking forward to Tim Elliott, Steve Erceg fight. Why do I feel like Tim Elliott is live to upset the fuck out of Steve Erceg? I press like because I value your content during my breakfast. Thanks, homie. Hey, W Ink Soldier. Thank you, bro. Bro, this weekend's card was a banger. This coming weekend's card, what are we thinking of the Vegas card? Like, are we expecting entertainment? Because I am. Maybe I'm just too positive sometimes, but I don't know, dude. Like, I think it's actually going to be a decent event. I will tell you the fights that I expect to be good. All right. I'm going to say, you know, firefights and then shit can fights. I think Moicano and Chris Duncan is actually a very intriguing matchup. I think it's going to be good. Duncan's style is pressure brawling, power in both hands, reactive submissions, really good get-ups, and just fucking insane output. Like Chris Duncan has cardio for days as well. I think Chris Duncan's a problem. And Moicano obviously trying to bounce back from the Beneil Dariush fight, for God's sake. Verna Jandaroba and Tabitha Ritchie. I think this fight's actually going to be pretty good. I don't know who the fuck I'm going to pick Friday. Right now, I pick Jandaroba, but I'm also in my head. I have like a gut feeling that Ritchie might win a split decision. So I might flip that one. So, like, you know, but the thing is, I might flip it, but like betting wise, I'm also like, I don't really care to bet either of them. Abdul Rahman Yakev and Brenison Ibero. I feel like this is a squash match and a half, but it should be pretty entertaining to see Yakev show out. Estevam and Ewing is actually really cool because Ewing is no doubt the better striker. Estevam, no doubt the better grappler. But the biggest caveat is what is the takedown defense rate like of Ewing and what is his get-up game? And then the other element of it is Estevam not cutting weight. Is he better at 135 or is he undersized at 135? So I feel like that shit makes it really fun. And then Tommy McMillan, Manolo Zacchini, an Italian getting sacrificed. It's a joke fight. Thomas Peterson, Guilherme Pat. I love this shit. I think Guilherme Pat is a really good prospect, and I'm not picking Thomas Peterson to out wrestle him. Delano Ruchala, the odds will tell you it's a squash match, but if Ruchala's smart, he's going to attack Delano's body because Delano has been put out with the body attack before against Santos, and Ruchala does have a body shot knockout. So watch for kicks to the body from Ruchala. If I'm Team Ruchala, I'm ripping that body a lot. And I'm not really worried about getting taken down much. What I'm worried about is getting outboxed. Ruchala is actually a live underdog. Delano at minus 350 is stupid. Even though I'm picking him, I think he's very sound in all areas. I do think that minus 350 is a ripoff. Costa minus 355, Stuart Nickel, bruh. Costa should maul Stuart Nickel unless he's injured. I think that Alden Correa fight, he fought injured and he got fucked up. Lando Venata, Darius Flowers. I don't give a fuck, but I'm picking Darius Flowers as an underdog. Is he about to be the fuck? Am I going to have to savage dog lock Darius motherfucking Flowers on this card? Is that what I'm going to have to do? I might just do a savage money line lock and just do fucking Guilherme Pat just simply because I don't want to do Darius Flowers. Barbosa should win a decision against Gatto. She out wrestles her. Bakoyev should be able to finish Trayshawn Gore. And then Elise Pereira and Haley Cohen is a coin flip fight. I get the argument for Haley Cohen, but dude, she could be 0-3 on Zuffa banner. Like, even her contender series win, I thought was kind of bullshit. Get rid of the chin spinach? No. No. Bro, I thought Ode lost. Excuse me, I thought Urseg lost to Ode. Tim Elliott's live to upset. I think so too. What's good, AJ? Back again. What's up, bro? I'm feeling good, man. I got high energy today. Oh, I got a new pre-workout, chat. I'm so fucking excited, bro. I've been using the Gorilla Mind pre-workout for a long time, but I noticed when I'm in a calorie deficit, extending past 2 months, which I have been, Big J's getting fucking lean over here. I'm telling you. What I notice is I start to feel very fucking nauseous before the workout when I drink that Gorilla Mind. This is because like my stomach is fucking shrunk a bit. I don't know. It's like sludge mixing in my gut. And I start feeling like nauseous and gross. And like I start to really like feel like I can't focus. And I'm like, all right, well, I can't be using this pre-workout. So I did some research, bro. I got the fucking Jocko pre-workout. Supposedly very good. And I'm excited to try it today. I don't know. I'll give you guys a review tomorrow, but I'm pretty hyped for it. Also, the flavor is like my OG favorite, the blue raspberry. So I think this shit's about to hit. Hit the like button. W Premium Picks. Thanks for telling the people, dude. Richie's boyfriend is a clean boxer. She might win. No, Tommy McMillan should not be this big of a favorite, but his opponent sucks, so he'll win. If I recap the arm in wrestling, I'll give it to you right now. Arman Sarukian is an incredible wrestler and absolutely exposed Giorgio there. But granted, we knew that was going to happen. Giorgio is not a pro athlete. He's a good wrestler. And Arman Sarukian is one of the absolute best fighters in the world with elite level of wrestling, too. Yeah, it was no surprise. Tommy Mack's a fade at odds, but he should finish, bro. Come on. Like, bro, you can't tell me that you feel any bit of reasonable hope towards the Italian. And I am a fucking Italian, you know? I'm an Italian blood, but I'm immigrant mentality Italian. You see what I'm saying? And he's a fucking homelander. And I'm not going with the motherland Italians. They lose all the time. The American Italians do well, but the homelanders that never left, the motherland folk, they take else. They don't have that same grit. You're praying Estevam gets slept? I think it's live. Ewing's striking is so fucking good, dude. So good. I was watching Ewing striking, and I was like, this fucking kid is like really sharp. Like, if he's not just on his back for the whole fight, he will fuck up Estevam on the feet. I guess I asked myself this question, and I said, okay, how do I favor Ethan Ewing against the recent opponents from Estevam? Obviously, I know they're flyweights, but just mentally, I was using this as a check. He'll beat the fuck out of Felipe Bunes. Probably knocks Felipe Bunes out. He dominates Jesus Aguilar. And I would pick Ethan Ewing to beat Charles Johnson, too. I know they're smaller guys. I know. But don't be mistaken because Ethan Ewing only has one UFC fight. The guy is very capable. And he also has a base of wrestling. And I feel like the takedown defense should hold up. And then we'll find out what he's got. Now, I could see Estevam having early success, but then Ewing's pressure getting to him as well, especially with body work. I think Ewing should be ripping the body. Dude, Rakhman Yakev minus 1,400 is a lock of the century, but yeah, you can't even bet it. Will Mokaev be back in the UFC after the MVP card? I actually think like potentially the opposite. I think he ends up being the face of MVP's flyweight division. I think that MVP MMA is going to be a 3 to 4 time a year show that is done on Netflix that brings very high level mixed martial arts outside of the UFC as more of a super card league. They're not doing fights all the time, but the fights they're putting on are a big deal. I think Muhammad Mokaev is probably going to be a star there. I will be covering MVP MMA in full. Understand, I am doing predictions for MVP MMA. I'm doing a weigh-in show for MVP MMA. And I'm also going to do this week's Best MMA Bets MVP MMA 1 edition. So this, I don't know. People get this feeling about me that I just focus on UFC because like I'm just a UFC only fan, but it's actually completely wrong. I was built on Bellator. That's what built my channel initially. And then from there, as a kid, I was a big Strikeforce fan. I always really enjoyed Strikeforce. And then PFL came around and they kind of fell off. At the same time, they took, an old Bellator product that started dying and they just fell off. I don't really find PFL very interesting. But MVP MMA has my attention, bro. I'm fucking covering MVP MMA for sure, for sure. People forget AJ did Bellator watch companion streams. Exactly. People forget, man. I was a Bellator watch party king, bro. That built my channel. I used to do crazy numbers on Bellator. I would think to myself, what's the point of covering the UFC? I should just cover Bellator. So MVP MMA will be getting the full content treatment from me. That's something I have not done since I was covering Bellator back in the day. A fucking weigh-in show for Bellator. I've done that back in the day. Full card picks Bellator, and this week's Best MMA Bets Bellator. I am doing 2 separate videos. This week's Best MMA Bets UFC, of course, and then this week's Best MMA Bets MVP MMA. This is going to be something different. I'm excited as fuck for it. I think it's going to be fun. Dude, I used to have a buzz cut, actually. But yeah, I'm hype as fuck, dude. I think that MVP MMA is worth a watch. I'll be doing a fight companion, dual stream, MVP MMA and UFC Vegas dual stream fight companion that Saturday. So like, expect me to go Savage Mode USA. I'm gonna literally have double. I'm gonna have my screen in half. It's gonna be half UFC, half fucking MVP. I'm gonna have audio on for both because I'm, a bit of a sicko. Bit of a sicko. But yeah, I'm hype. This will be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. Speaking of viewing, I still rate Wellmaker pretty high. I think he can go far. So many fire fights from the unranked section. Martinez, Giannis, Simone, G Matsumoto. I agree. Striking of Wellmaker is good. It's just Ewing has like high level striking. Something about Ethan Ewing that is not talked about. That actually I negated talking about it. I'll mention it on the stream. He does a fuckload of boxing training, and I like that a lot against Estevam. Dude, he won against Charles Johnson, getting completely outstruck. That third round, he got shut down. The third round against Jesus Aguilar, shut down. I'm telling you, bro. If you look at Estevam's performances, they actually are not that impressive. He's very control based. Clean shaven AJ with a buzz cut, hard to imagine. It's definitely not the vibe, dude. I much prefer this. Chat, I will make a deal with you, savages. We're at 40 likes right now. If we hit 60 likes by the hour, 30-minute mark of the stream, I'll add 15 minutes to the stream. I need 60, though. We're 19 away. We have over 80 watching. We should be able to hit this no problem. Dude, he does slow down, useless. Exactly. Speaking of the MVP card, no one is talking about Adriano Moraes moving down to fight Mokaev at 25. He's been fighting at 135 for the last 9 years of his career at 1 because of 1's flyweight division is 35. Wonder how that affects his performance. Do you want my honest take? I think Mokaev is going to beat his ass, dude. I got Mokaev all day. Mokaev is a lock of the card. My most confident picks. I really, listen, I respect the fuck out of him, but no, he won't win. Oh, shit. Do you guys know what the odds are? Ronda Rousey, 5-1. Ngannou, 15-1. Nate Diaz, plus 170 underdog. I'm probably going to go Nate Diaz as an underdog. I don't know. I'll think more about it, but I don't know. I might go Nate. I'm feeling like Nate, bro. Nate, by just being Nate Diaz, finding a way to win. I think Randy Brown should beat Kevin Holland, but you never know. Kevin Holland might have a great performance. UFC should cut Estevam, win or lose. I would love of MVP because a super fight promotion, I like that. Would be something fun to look forward to here and there. I agree, Navy. And it's on Netflix, dude. That's fucking awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited, bro. I hope for good things, man. And I think we'll get good things from them. I look forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. If Mokaev has a good performance, UFC needs to bring him back because there's nothing left for him outside of the UFC. Bring him back against Albazi or something, then he's right back in title talks. But dude, I feel like, I don't know, they might be against him now that he signed with MVP. I don't know. MVP might offer him some nice checks to become the face of their promotion. And they'll find flyweights to have him fight against. If MVP MMA does a few cards a year, I really think it could be cool. I wonder if they're going to present titles. Like, is Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano going to be for the 145-pound belt? I'm assuming Francis Ngannou is going to be a heavyweight title fight. They're probably going to call it the lineal heavyweight championship. And is Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry going to be for like another BMF spinoff? Instead of the BMF title, they're going to actually say the baddest motherfucker title. I respect the Mike Perry take, KZ. UFC really said, oh, y'all are gassing this MVP shit for putting on one good card. Say less. Here's Yuri Olberg, Hamzat Shan, Ilya Gaethje, Conor Max, Islam Gary, back to back to back on y'all fools' asses. They're not going to compete to that degree. I think MVP is just fun. It did. I think it did put pressure on the UFC to bring a McGregor deal to life because they're like, all right, we'll give you it, McGregor. Let's run it. Dude, we can't not have the Jones and fucking Poatan fight and then also not get a fucking McGregor fight, you know? Gina seems very smart. I bet she's studying the hell out of Ronda versus Home fight to try and emulate what Home did to keep that fight standing. She's a live dog. The problem is she hasn't fought in 15 years, bro. Seems like the White House card is quieted down a bit. I don't know, it'll hype back up again, but not hearing as much talk. It's because what are we going to talk about it now? We know what it is and we're far out from it. This card, Moicano Duncan, it seems like UFC Rio, 11 Brazilian fighters. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. You're right. There is a lot of Brazilians. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, wow. It's kind of like Brazil versus the world on the card. The only non-Brazilian fights on the card are Bakoyev, Trayshawn Gore, Venata, Darius Flowers, McMillan versus Zacchini. And then every other fight is either Brazil versus somebody and also Brazil versus Brazil in the co-main. You're right, bro. This is kind of like a UFC Rio card. Yeah, I don't think Gina's alive. I have to go Ronda. Dude, Ronda might win in 15 seconds. Ronda might look prime form. Alexa Grasso is the women's BMF. They could do a women's BMF title fight. Grasso, they run her versus Fioro. I was definitely surprised by the Mighty Mouse Hall of Fame announcement because they've essentially like pushed Mighty Mouse under the rug and completely ghosted him. Like they don't even talk about Mighty Mouse anymore. UFC is like, wait, who's Mighty Mouse? Oh yeah, that guy. So I was surprised to see it. AJ, what's up? What's up, LW? How you feeling, bro? I can see MVP doing another MMA event later this year. Ronda versus Home 2 is the headliner. Swerve, you might be the Mystic Mac because if Ronda wins here, Holly Holm and her is a massive rematch. I don't give a fuck with it. Yeah, it's not relevant to the current landscape of elites, but as far as name value, it's huge. Yeah, I could see it. I'd like to see. I like to see it. I'm surprised they didn't get Yoel Romero on the card. He'll probably be on the next one. They'll probably get Yoel Romero at 50 years old versus somebody. You guys saw Yoel got robbed in a bare knuckle fight in Russia? Ronda will be rusty too. You're right. But dude, I don't know, man. Gina Carano is old era. Romero versus Darren Till. Dude, I don't even think Darren Till takes that fight. I think he's too scared to fight Romero. He said in the past he wouldn't want to fight Romero. I feel like he'll be scared. Well, to be fair though, maybe he'll do it. Last time Gina Carano fought in MMA, Joshua Van was 8 years old. Last time she got a win, he was 7. Ateba was 6. That's fucking crazy, dude. 327 card better than the White House. I mean, it honestly has like a UFC 300 feel. I agree. Now, Lins won't beat Ngannou, but that's fun though to think. What if? You all needs to quit fighting and enjoy his life, dude. He makes too much money to stop. Izzy Chimaev discussions back in the day. Honestly, thankfully they didn't do it because he would have got cooked. Yeah, exactly. Till's grappling defense is a big red flag. I wonder if they want to do Rebellis to Spain versus Ngannou next. I mean, if the Spain knocks out Junior Dos Santos, I feel like he will probably get an Ngannou fight at the next MVP card. Amasov Alvarez is fire. I got to favor Amasov, though. His wrestling is going to be a big X factor. And then Alvarez not finishing Luque was so fucking weird. Yeah, Izzy would have been cooked by Hamzat. Thankfully, that didn't happen. Would have got finished in round 1. It would have looked terrible. Things worked out as they should have. I wonder if Nate Diaz or Mike Perry ever fights at MVP again. I feel like there might be one-offs. If Mike Perry wins, I could see Mike Perry fighting again. But if Nate wins, I feel like he probably doesn't. Yeah, I agree. If you're anything, you should be finishing this version of Luque. Even Kevin Holland got him out of there. Exactly. Exactly, bro. So I don't like Alvarez not finishing him. Who you picking, Swerve? Let me ask you this. In chat, you guys can all answer. Vicente Luque, Kelvin Gastelum. Who's the pick? Yo, Jay, not gonna lie, you sounded kind of mad doing the UFC Seattle recap. It was a good card. It was a good card. I mean, I was annoyed with a couple of results, but it was a great card. I still enjoyed the night. You can see Ronda versus Gina anywhere in the world. If you get 2 divorcees drunk enough at brunch, it's funny as fuck. Gastelum. Yeah, I think Fatstelum should win too. Chat, we're 10 minutes away from the hour 30 mark, and we're 10 likes away from 60 likes. So get me 60 likes, and your boy's sticking around a bit longer. Yeah, I'll go Gastelum. Just looks less washed too than Luque. I think fighters like Tony Ferguson and BJ Penn don't get enough credit for their prime years. Sadly, many remember the worst moments, dude. Yeah, Bao Mondays busted some of my parlays too. Till Masvidal 2 was an addition MVP I was hoping for, but Masvidal is supposed to be making the UFC return. I don't know who the fuck against, but they're saying Masvidal back in the UFC. I'd rather see him on an MVP card. I don't really care to see him in the UFC anymore. Maybe they're trying to set up Leon Edwards versus Masvidal. It did seem like Alvarez chose not to finish him. Very strange. But yeah, I think Kelvin Gastelum should handle Vicente Luque. I feel like that's very probable. Highly likely. I bet real money that the haters in the comments aren't betting real money against you. Of course, big guns. Dude, anybody that actually gambles on the UFC consistently knows that this shit has an insane variance and they have lost plenty of times too. Moneyline is tonight, yes. Van Tyro, who you got? I don't know. Hey, I give you the credit, Casey. Come on. I give you your Joe credit. Dude, the Miami card's insane. Miami is like UFC 300 all over again. I love it. You had Simone Belgori, Fortune, Douglas Kale. Great play, Pity. Yakev under half a round? I think so. Yeah, I'm going Yakev round one. They haven't dropped all the props yet. I was hoping they had them out. I wanted to see Yakev round one. Under 1.5 in the Yakev fight is minus 380. Dude, that feels like a fucking lock. Hey, brother, you cannot hit ever again, and I'm still tuning in every video. Hey, W Parlay P. Now, of course, bro. Most of the community is watching me win, lose, or draw because they fuck with my takes and they fuck with the content. But I want to win, for God's sake. I would prefer not to, never hit. Like, that'd be terrible to never hit again. Dude, Bahamondes playing bottom game was very annoying. Yeah. Regardless of the cheating, it was very annoying. Luque beyond wash, Gaslam just lazy. Yeah, agreed. I think Gaslam clears. Probably Gaslam by decision, though. But Gastelum. Gastelum should handle. I gotta admit, I got lucky that Simone got a draw. I really thought he lost. I was surprised that they gave it a draw. I think Bahamondes loses to Manuel Torres in the rematch, too. I feel like you look at that fight, Manuel fought like an idiot. I feel like he could do better. Quit crying about haters and deal with it. Me crying about haters? What? Dirty Reg, why are you being so fucking weird, bro? You're being weird, bro. You've been weird over the past couple weeks, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on with you. I'm answering comments, bro. Why are you getting bitter about it? Are you mad because I don't get bothered by people talking shit, but rather enjoy the engagement that it brings my channel? The value recently has been shot. Surely after 5 dog wins on the main card, we start to see some value again. Let's see, man. Let's see, big guns. I know. At least we get some Yakeo violence. Agreed. I picked Simone and I think he still lost. Listen, that's what it's all about. Honesty. He did, but he got the draw, so God bless him. No, I don't think we see a Izzy Glover Teixeira arc. I think we see a T Ferg arc at this rate. Glover Teixeira took losses, but not like, it's not like he fought like an idiot and started losing after winning, Like Adesanya is a whole different problem. Izzy needs to retire before he goes down like Ferguson. He's gonna get paid too good, bro. Listen, they're gonna give him at least $1 million and he'll fight somebody else. My question to AJ and everything in the chat, what happens if Ronda can't take Gina down? My answer is she gets knocked the fuck out. See, I just don't think their striking discrepancy is all that far. Like, Gina Carano is an old era women's MMA fighter. I feel like Ronda Rousey can box with her. Thoughts on Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez? I actually really like that matchup. Um, Initial instinct is Hernandez. Yeah. I think Rafa Garcia is kind of getting the rub because of the Gordon fight, but we got to remember, yo, Jared Gordon got hit by a fucking car. So I still have a lot of doubts about Rafa Garcia. I'm going to say Hernandez. Gaslam's durable too. Vicente, not so much. Exactly. You want Ulberg, Tyra, Hockett, Reyes, Azamat? You feel confident in Ulberg? I feel like he's going to be uncomfortable in the dirty moments of the fight. I understand Tyra. I understand Hockett. I understand Reyes. And I understand Azamat. Is he completely loses focus after realizing he competes still and then he just gets finished? It doesn't make any sense. Like he should just tap his way to a fucking win and he would be back in the mix. But instead, he wants to just brawl. I don't get it. Poor Jared Gordon, man. I know. Unfortunate. But I think Hernandez should beat him, yeah. Money Moicano main event dog lock. You think so? I don't know, dude. He lost to Benny Dariush last time. He looked obviously bad against Makachev, but that's fine. The win against Benoit Saint-Denis was sick. He did a great job beating him up, but, you know, Benoit was out striking him in round 2. I just find it hard to put confidence in a Money Moicano who literally has said he doesn't want to take a fight because it'll fuck with his YouTube algorithm. And then he has a gym that he opened up as well. So, like, there's so many financial avenues to success. I don't know where he's at. Like, who's going to dig deeper, Chris Duncan or Moicano? I would favor Duncan to have a lot more to gain in the fight and a lot more to lose. Whereas, like, what is Moicano really losing? If he loses to Chris Duncan, all right, he got paid. He's already, like, he can retire. He's nearly 37. He's got it all figured out. He's financially set. Whereas Chris Duncan's on a 4-fight win streak, like, essentially still has nothing. This is his first UFC main event. Highlight reel finish, add to Money Moicano's revenue. I mean, I guess, but I question the mentality. I don't know. You like the Moicano money line? You're picking Duncan, by the way. I think it's the right pick. I mean, listen, like if Money Moicano gets his back, it could be fucking trouble. But the problem is, Money Moicano, I don't feel overly confident in his actual takedowns. Like Chris Duncan's a pretty good fucking wrestler, and he's got way more power on the feet, and he's got good submissions. Like I can see Moicano fucking up and getting subbed. Think Moicano's more talented? Okay. Dude, Kelvin Gastelum's a lock against fucking whatever his name is. Washed fucking Luke. You think about quitting betting forever when Bruce said Tybur? That would have been a robbery of the century. Chris Duncan gives me BSD vibes, though. It's going to be a good scrap. I agree it's going to be a good scrap. Chris Duncan does have BMF vibes for sure. But I like his get-ups a lot, man. I like Chris Duncan's get-up game is better. I think Chris Duncan's grappling is better than BSD from the bottom position. BSD might be more physical from top position, but I think the get-up game that Chris Duncan has is pretty sweet, dude. A lot of dogs have been winning the main events, and statistically speaking, both of the UFC lightweight main events have had underdogs winning. And both of those underdogs were older than their opponent, similar to this situation too. Fair point. Both of those underdogs were, OGs of the game. I get it. And it's been all decisions too in the main events. I know, bro. One more week and we get fucking Ulberg Yuri. Please. I can't wait. Chris Duncan likes having the edge of your seat. Makes you think he's going to lose and is like, nope. I like his comeback ability. Elise buy low spot. I would stay away personally financially, but I am picking her. Only main event I've gotten right this year is Villeos. I mean, yeah, it's true, but what is that relevant to this upcoming card? Like, yes, I've missed on main events, obviously, but okay. Does that mean I'm definitely not gonna hit? I mean, granted, if you're on the Fade J side, I get it, bro. Like, go the underdog and you might win. And it's a nice plus money line. Your main event picks been trash. You guess Sean Strickland and Gaethje. Listen, those are still good picks, though. Yes or not? You still not over Kavanaugh getting it done in Mexico, bro? He fucked Moreno's ass up. You're a Moicano fan, makes you more confident. See, I'm a Moicano fan too. And I almost mentally allowed myself to be swayed by the post-fight interviews. But his pathway is getting the back, and I just don't feel overconfident in that. Could happen, not impossible, but I think Duncan is too primed. I think I start quarter 2 off with a nice main event win. I feel pretty good about it. Hey, thank you for 60 likes, chat. Let's go. We'll stick around, man. I'm not leaving, bro. I'm hanging out. We need a riot like the Fortune fight every time they try to pull some funny shit. That was just a misread by Buffer, though. Oh, Battle's never coming back to the UFC, bro. He got fucking mollywop. We already knew that. Looking back on JDM and Bilal, do you really like that fight, AJ? Thoughts on it? I mean, Bilal looked pretty good. Made me question Jack Della's boxing a bit. The rest of the Duncan Moicano card is so bad. Where's the exciting upcoming talent? Ewing Estevam. Also, Pat. Guillermo Pat. He looks pretty good. He's a heavyweight to watch. I think he's going to look really good. I like his chances. I think he fucks Peterson up, dude. I think he's a lock, actually. At minus 112? Wow. I like that shit. I think he's got a good chance to win. I think he's got a real chance to win. I don't quite understand the even lines for that. I know he's unproven, but he's a fucking athletic ass Brazilian striker. I think there's a lot to like with the stand-up game. Minus 115 on the money line. Pretty good. This is a bad card. I just don't know who half the card is. I mean, it's a lot of, lesser known talent. That's for sure. Saturday was one of the best fight nights in history. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Absolute banger. Any locks this card yet? I mean, Yakayev, but the best way to bet Yakayev, you go him under 1.5. I think he does win at under 1.5. That seems like a fucking lock of the century. I think he wins under 1.5. I think it's going to be easy. Barrow's just not that guy. Thomas Peterson, worst fighter in the heavyweight division? I wouldn't go that far. I know I spent too much time watching UFC when I recognize every name this week outside of the women's fights. Why is that a bad thing? I understand the Gore slander, but it still feels a bit wide. I think they're similar level. I think Bakoyev handles, but I do understand odds wise, minus 550. I would have much preferred minus 300. Fuck yeah. Early lock. I mean, you want to go underdog savage mode? Cub Swanson. He's like plus 120 right now. And Nate Landwehr, I think, is cooked. Yeah, exactly. Peterson will fuck the Taffa brothers up, no problem. And Austin Lane, I think. I don't know. Guillermo Pat intrigues me, bro. He's got the stylistic makings of somebody that could be good. Now, of course, he could be a complete fraud. The grappling defense has yet to be tested, but I do like his striking attack. Like, he looks like he's a future world champ. You know, I'm not saying he's gonna be, but he reminds me of like a Cyril Gane, you know? I think that Guilherme Pat's a good pick. Unproven, yes, but like a lot of very interesting striking weapons. Pat versus Peterson looks like Belgoria versus Malik. I like that comparison. I know AJ Fry went distance with him, but I actually think AJ Fry is just fucking durable as hell. And we've seen Peterson put away two of his last three, and dude has a fucking decision loss to an absolute can in Jamal Pogues. Dude, Volter Walker would have ripped Tibura's leg off. I can't wait for a Volter Walker comeback fight. I'm excited as hell for that. Austin Lane, worst heavyweight ever, is accurate though. But don't actually, he beat Rebellis to Spain though. So what do you think? Rebellis to Spain. Granted, Rebellis to Spain kicking ass in karate combat. He might be fighting fucking Ngannou if he wins. Fortune versus Walker, they could run that fight. I think at heavyweight, Brando and Hockett have the best chance to become champs outside of the rankings. Honestly, it's good takes. Brando, absolutely a fire prospect, and Hockett, badass wrestler. I think Hockett's going to beat Curtis Blades. I think Curtis Blades is washed. Yeah, Grasso looked pretty sick. I think Grasso versus Furo is the fight. And honestly, I'll say this. If they book her versus Rose Namajunas, I think I'm actually going to pick Grasso now. Close, but I think she might get Rose. Thoughts on Ngannou scamming the PFL for millions? Financially intelligent. Make more money elsewhere, bro. It was a waste of time to sign with PFL anyways. PFL, like we had hopes they were going to make waves after they, took Bellator in and they just didn't capitalize. So, yeah, I think Brando would have stopped Tybura as well. Brando Perisic is a problem at heavy. Big power. Everything to like for a heavyweight. 6'5", knockout power in both hands. Solid enough grappling. I think right now he fucks up Tybura. I think he beats Mick Parkin right now. Actually, I think he's probably going to end up knocking Mario Pinto out. I think Mario Pinto's due to get exposed. He looked really bad against that Brazilian kid. Watching from work on break, bless live stream. I'm going Moicano for money. Hope he bets on himself. Most Brazilians should win, including Elise and Jandaroba. Hey, WP to W. Respect on the Moicano side, but I'm going for the up-and-coming side. I'm going up-and-coming savage mode. I feel like we reached a point that the UFC is synonymous with MMA. Nobody who spends their life training wants to be a PFL champ. Bingo, dude. The UFC is it. Nobody's like, I want to be the next PFL champion. MMA gods, we definitely good to us this past weekend. Could you imagine if we had cards like that every weekend? Dude, it'd be too good. We'd be complaining about fucking certain fights. We'd be complaining about finishes. Don't expect that shit every weekend. But I do think UFC 327 should actually be a banger. I feel like the MVP card could be a success. Dumb guy at my gym always says he wants to go to the PFL and not the UFC. That's fucking weird. All right. Well, there's the one guy. We'd be complaining about the lack of Ripsky breaks. True. Fourth or fifth round Duncan KO. Potential, bro. But he could end up clubbing subbing Moicano. I don't know, man. When it gets dirty, I feel like Duncan handles Moicano. If Moicano can't get him down, I think he's getting fucked up on the feet. Because Duncan has some real power, dude. He rocked Manuel Torres, too. Yo, the Ruchala side, I understand. Jose Delano sounds too close to Jose Delgado's funny. The Ruchala side is actually not a bad take because he could grapple. Reread it. I do wonder if MVP will get really exciting with the success of this card and do more with MMA than boxing. I hope they focus on it. Lots of great fighters that don't have a brain. Hey, they're great at what they do. Unfortunately, they just, not great at other things, but they have their skill set. He said he's never been able to sub Moicano. I'm not thinking he's subbing him in a jiu-jitsu match. The way he subs him is he rocks the fuck out of him. Club and sub, and Moicano shoots a sloppy takedown. He gets caught. Ruchala definitely might lose, a huge underdog. Got a chance, though. But I'll pick Delano. If you're Ruchala, bro, attack the body and wrestle. That's really it. Boom, 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 boom. Duncan said round 1 or round 5 KO. Let's see. I like the first or second round call because, yeah, Hanato's fucked on the feet. The way Hanato wins is he has to get him to the ground. And the other thing about fucking Moicano as well is, like, I'm not overly sold on him in a 5-rounder. Love to listen to your lives while I work. Hey, W, Frank. I'm glad you're enjoying, man. Chat, we're at 66 likes. Let's get 70 likes by the hour 45-minute mark, and I'll go 2 hours. I'll do Monday 2-hour stream. Goal for the stream is going to be 80 likes. That'd be pretty sweet. 80 likes on a Monday on an Apex card week might as well be 200 likes on a regular week. That's the thing. Moicano has a takedown threat, but he's not the best wrestler. He has a good ability from the body lock. Like, he does offer takedowns, but Duncan is not a guy that settles on bottom. Like, the opposite. Duncan is the opposite of Ignacio Bahamondes. Like, from a realistic perspective, how good is Moicano's wrestling? Okay, let's talk like serious. Like, how good is his wrestling? On paper, it's decent. Okay, it's decent. It's not great. You look at Hanato Moicano's wrestling against Benil Dariush. He got out wrestled. Dariush took him down 5 times. Moicano failed on 3 takedowns. So he's not as good of a wrestler as Dariush, obviously not Makhachev. Moicano was able to land 1 takedown on Benoit and then do serious damage. Very impressive work. Good top control. 2 takedowns against Jalen Turner, and he finished them after getting dropped in the first round. Did land 3 takedowns with Drew Dober and significant control in the fight. Strike stats were even, but Drew Dober was winning the striking exchanges. Quick submission of Brad Riddell. He went on a short notice call-in, to be fair, against Dos Anjos and got outworked over 5 rounds. Dos Anjos took him down 5 times. He went over 3. But, it was a short notice fill-in spot. He's had good moments. But, almost 37. Chris Duncan on the other side. His wrestling's pretty good. Takedown defense rate. He's been taken down. We've seen him on his back, but also his get-up game is pretty nice. Showed that against Rembeshki, who I'd say, Rembeshki's a relatively strong wrestler. At the end of the day, Rembeshki took down Mitabek Ora by 3 times. So, like, I don't know. I think wrestling-wise, he'll be fine. I'm not, like, overly nervous about him wrestling. What I'm worried about is Duncan in a sequence getting his body, locked up in the clinch and then dragged down and his back taken. That's the biggest worry, is more so the back take than anything else, and that's where Moicano wins the fight. You don't think Duncan's as good as Jalen Turner or BSD? I mean, to be fair, it was prime Moicano. I don't know if he's necessarily prime Moicano anymore. Master of the Universe movie? I don't even know what the fuck that is. What is it? Now, Buffer has messed up scorecards once before. Remember the fight between Tyron Woodley and Wonderboy? Moicano trading crypto is Duncan time? I think so. Yeah, I picked Benil to beat Moicano as well at 317. I don't know if you guys remember that banger pick. I'm like, I think Benil Dariush beats him. And sure enough, Benil did. And I'm going Duncan. I've done a great job picking Moicano fights. I picked Moicano to beat a very dangerous Benoit Saint-Denis as an underdog at plus huge money. I picked him obviously to lose to Makhachev, and I picked him to lose to Dariush. So on the past three, I'm 3-0. I got good reads on Moicano fights, dude. I feel like this one is a hard matchup. If he doesn't do big damage in the first round, let's say he does get the top position, but he doesn't do big damage. And now we're back to striking in round 2. Look at Benoit Saint-Denis starting to crack him in round 2. I'm thinking round 2 Moicano would get touched up even after he wins grappling heavy round 1. And then I don't know what his chances are of even going the distance with Duncan, who hits fucking hard. Duncan's got that nasty rear elbow that he likes to throw, could cut Moicano. Things can go awry for Moicano. If he doesn't get a submission, I really think Duncan's pressure gets to him. And I would actually argue that Duncan has the better cardio, too. I feel like Duncan's more ready for a 5-round, high-pace fight at this point. No, I never seen those movies, dog. He-Man, none of it, nah. Moicano gasses when he wrestles. He would only survive if he took an opportunistic approach and he slowed down versus BSD, despite having the easy takedown. True. And to be fair, BSD has good takedowns, but he also gets taken down a lot. Like, let's not forget, Benoit Saint-Denis, as much as I respect the fuck out of him, and as much as he has improved, early Benoit Saint-Denis was given up, to lesser level guys, takedowns. I mean, like, Frivola took his ass down. I know he knocked him out in round 1, but he still got taken down by fucking Matt Frivola. Like, I'm just saying. Like, let's not forget. We've seen him taken down before. He's gotten a lot better. The Moicano that fought Benoit Saint-Denis, I think, was better than the Moicano now because before he made the money. And it was a Benoit Saint-Denis that wasn't as good. Benoit Saint-Denis has really put it all together. Since the Moicano fight, Benoit Saint-Denis has leveled up to a disgusting degree. Appreciate all the work you do, gang. Hey, thank you, Luis Jasso. Thank you for $1.99, bro. I appreciate it. First donor of the day as well. I appreciate the hell out of that, my boy. Thanks, man. I don't think BSD is buns. I think he's gotten a lot better. I thought he was buns for a while. That's why I picked Moicano to beat him, and I was right then. But he's gotten better. Gotten better. BSD's improved. Frivola made $250 for his UFC game likeness. I mean, who's really playing as Frivola in UFC? I'm going to have to check it out, Doug. Masters of the Universe, I'll look into it. I'll look into it, bro. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I want to get 80 likes up in here. That's the stream like goal. So smash the like button for Big J. What's the subscriber count at? 58,396. Could we gain 4 new subscribers and hit 58,400? I feel like it's possible. So make sure you guys smash it. Sensible City parlay this week. I might have to do a savage value money line lock and a sensible lock city parlay. I don't know yet. I'll see. Like, if I do an underdog lock, dude, I might have to underdog lock Darius Flowers, dog. And I really don't want to, but at plus 215, you can't tell me he's not live to beat Lando Venata. But it's not a good pick. But it could hit. I don't know. I might, bro, if I go Darius Flowers, I might just do it for the fucking memes, dude. Holy shit. Blue chip prospect. A blue chip prospect is like someone to keep an eye on that seems to be on the cusp of something big. Blue chip prospect is actually a term more so used for like basketball. But I don't know. For MMA, I think it also works. It's just in sport, it's like somebody that could make it to the pros, blue chip, like on the rise. But I use it for MMA. Blue chip, like, could make it to the rankings. When I say blue chip, it's somebody that has potential to be a ranked contender. That's what I mean by blue chip prospect. I'm hyped for the Delano debut. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, yeah. Blue chip prospect J. Something to be said about these two training together. Moicano probably wouldn't take it if he was getting beaten sparring. Fair point. I'm not going to overlook that John Jones cellmate, but I'm not going to look too far into it because of the Sam Patterson fight. It's the fight Moicano was offered for a main event. The thing is, like, Moicano said Duncan was good when he broke down that Rebeshki fight. He picked Duncan to beat Rebeshki. He was saying he's better. You think Delano Costa pretty safe live, but I don't know about Delano yet. Delano's kind of raw talent. Ranked at some point in the near future, yeah, or has potential to be ranked at some point in the near future. Moicano will lose, but get money in Bitcoin. Exactly. If Moicano wins, at least we're awarded with a badass post fight. Hey, W Brady K. Yeah, I'm still here, man. I'm doing 2 hours today. I like doing my Monday 2-hour streams. I think the people enjoy the hell out of it. Good vibe. Good little 2-hour vibe. What's the controversy from Seattle? I mean, the weird fucking Bruce Buffer thing, obviously, with the scorecard. The Ricky Simone and Adrian Yanez fight being a draw, controversial. And then the Tafik Masayev literally losing the first round clearly, but winning on one judge's scorecard the first round, and then fucking grabbing the cage and headbutting and no calls from the referee. It was a controversial night in Seattle for sure. Duncan beating the bark off McKinney. And McKinney beating the shit out of Buddy this weekend tells me Duncan winning this upcoming weekend. Lots of weird ass judging. Definitely some weird ass judging. Dude, he made it look so easy against Nelson. You have to put some respect on the name of the guy who beat Terrence McKinney's ass. Survived his early blitz, man. Facts was a clear Giannis victory, and without a doubt, Messiah grabbing the cage changed the course of the fight. Fuck yes. Then the headbutt too was crazy. Hey, you're looking big, bro. What PADs I'm taking? I look that big right now. See, this is just fucking me eating good now, not eating bullshit anymore. Training 5 days a week and not eating garbage. I'm also down 25 pounds, so it makes a fucking difference. On the way to, you know, below 180. Want to get like proper abs, you know? I have the abs coming in though. Dude, I'll do a physique reveal, bro. No homo. Physique reveal right now. What we're working with. Physique reveal on stream. The lighting is not perfect. You guys can kind of see what I'm working with. This is the look. Still a little fat here, a little bit here. The abs are tightening though. You can see a little definition. Biceps look good. Here I've lost a lot of fat. 4-pack is coming in. Probably about 6 pounds away from like the real fucking abs, you know? Yeah, flattened up a lot. Pretty hype, honestly. I was fucking chubby J for a while, dude. I shaved as well so I could see where I'm at. Think I don't know. The next probably by 328, I should definitely be at my goal, maybe even before 328. But definitely progress being had. Good progress. I've seen enough AJ versus Hamzat. Oh shit. Hey, thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Big balls, Jay. Not many of us with shirtless streamers back. Hey, W, bro. I was fucking. I was looking chunky for a minute, dude. But I just really locked in, bro. I was like, all right, enough of this shit. I really got, I don't know. I really got chubby though. Had the gut and everything. I was like, ugh. I was like, I need to lock in. And I did. Core workout routine, mostly just compound lifts, but I plan on adding in core now because I'm starting to get lean. I'm like, all right, I should probably get back to training core. To be honest though, as a kid, I trained core almost every day for years on end. So that's why I have like pretty decent ab development even now. But I plan on doing some, I don't know, body weight, leg raises. And some fucking weighted crunches. That's probably good. Respect, brother. Clearly showing off. Thanks, bro. Man, I used to do 8-minute abs like every day for years. And then I used to just train abs every day. And then I don't know. I don't do it as much now. I know who He-Man is now. I recognize it. But the years of doing it definitely paid off, bro. Next UFC break, I'll do a UFC 5 stream. But I don't know, bro. I'm not really into it right now. 27, bro. 27. 27. AJ versus Hamzat. Let's go. Brother Hamzat. Title shot. Title shot. You got 0 arms and all core because rugby. Listen, bro, no arms, but a 6-pack. Fuck it. Better than nothing. The plank shit's no joke, man. It'll tighten you up. Hey, happy early birthday, Braden K. You're on the way to the 27, gang. I'm from Georgia, Moravdi country. It's a savage country, man. I'm so good to find you on YouTube. Listen, congrats, man. I'm glad you like the channel, bro. I'm glad, my Georgian brother. Dude, 8-minute abs to the total ripoff. The GOAT was 7-minute abs peak. I remember they also had a 6-minute abs. I got lazy sometimes. I do the 6-minute. That shit would burn, man. Ain't nothing burns like that, bro. Those ab workouts were fun. 26 with a 6-year-old. God bless, Braden K. That is wild, man. Father Braden. How's life going, bro? If you want to give me an update, how's life? Hopefully it's good. Hopefully we're in the net positive of things going nicely. AJ can't scratch his own back. Too much bicep. Contrary to popular belief, I actually can on both sides. I have actually like relatively good mobility of my shoulders. I can move them back. I can reach all the way here, but I can reach under too. Like for the most part, I'm pretty solid, bro. I'm not like overly stiff, dude. Your hair's going gray on the sides. I'm literally cutting that shit bald tomorrow. Back to Braden Magomedov. You have to. Good. I get to see my babies weekly on the weekend right now. My ex and I working on things. Good luck, bro. I hope that you guys can work it out. AJ flexible, you can tell. Thanks, man. Yeah, I try to do like some mobility stuff. I'm not like perfect, but definitely not stiff, bro. I used to be. I took some time to loosen up the shoulders, hips, stuff like that. I did, bro. I itched my upper back chicken wing style, man. The actor who plays He-Man. All right, let me look it up. Just for you. I mean, Dolph Lundgren's the OG. Masters of the Universe 2026. I had no idea about this. The movie I'm excited for is The Odyssey, bro. That's my type of film. Jersey Girl and I both big Christopher Nolan movie buffs. I'm glad you get to see the babies, Braden K. Age would be a nightmare to Kimura, bro. It got way better. I used to have stiff shoulders, but I worked on it. Someone offered you a match in YouTuber boxing event. Would you participate? Maybe. I don't know. Depends. Like, what is the check? You know, is it worth my time? That's the real question. Is it worth my time? Is it just like a passion project or am I getting paid? You know, the main thing I wouldn't want to do is take away from what I'm building here. You know, I don't want to be distracted from my venture. And obviously, if I was going to do like some type of competition, I'm not going to fucking show up out of shape. Like, I'm going to take it extremely serious, bro. I'm fucking sparring 3 days a week. Like, I'm fucking going all in. Publicity and a highlight KO is worth it. Yeah, I mean, on the best case scenario side. But what is it necessarily worth, you know? I don't know. Like, it's cool to say, to flex for sure. Easy fight against some scrub. I guess that's fair. Go out and just fucking jab someone's face off. Big J hits Dean the Great with the same flying knee. Caught the bouncer with is funny. I want to see AJ box MMA Joey. Listen, bro, I'll bring the ZK spinning heel kick for his legacy, bro. Marty Supreme or Sinners? I didn't even watch Marty Supreme, so I don't know. Sinners was decent, though. I liked watching it in theaters. Kind of a fucking mindfuck type of movie. Billboard really has the chance to have the same kind of up and coming as Pereira. Nah, he's definitely solid. Darius Flowers private on Instagram. That's interesting. I feel like he'll win against fucking Lando, but I don't know. If I underdog lock it, oh, I don't know. I'll see you guys. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to lock for the underdog this week. I don't even know what I'm going to do for the parlay yet. I'm thinking Guillermo Pat could be like the money line fucking value lock. And then I'm thinking, like, if you really wanted a savage dog lock, though, the only plus money tag that really caught my eye was fucking Flowers, but it's not really catching my eye. It's more the only one that's there to see. And then, Okoyev, Costa. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know. Maybe like Abdul Rahman Yakev under a round and a half with something. Really stupid. You pick Hamzat against any fighter in your weight class besides maybe Jones, Aspinall. I would love to see him fight Poatan, though. Stylistically, that'd be cool. You know, Memento is, I think, the one that I'm yet to see. I need to watch it. Nicholas Galizzi, He-Man. I'll look it up right now just for you. He definitely don't play the role like Dolph Lundgren, though. I wonder what Lando's making. He's on the veteran contract. I'm sure he's getting paid. Flowers has his own little fight promotion now. He's not focused on competing. Don't waste your money. That's good to know. His Instagram's private, so we can't find anything about him. I didn't even know he had a fight promotion. Guess we'll see. I'm excited to talk to the Finch, bro. We'll see what he's thinking. You think it's muscle from hard work, though? Yeah, for sure. He looks natural. I don't know, though. It's Hollywood. You never know. Oh, listen, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. I am going to sign off because I want to eat. I'm hungry. I'm going to go pee. I'm going to eat and chill. I'll be live tonight for Moneyline, so make sure you guys tune in. Hey, please send me good vibes, bro. I do not want to have to do jury duty tomorrow morning, so I fill out the paperwork at 5 o'clock, so in like an hour, and then I find out whether or not I have to do it. And please, bro, pray for me, guys. Pray for me that I do not have to report. For the love of God, I don't want to. So send me good energy, guys. Send me good energy, chat. All right. I'll see you guys in a little bit for Moneyline. Love you guys.